everyone. It's Mindy and Tiffany from Midday Plays Live. Thanks for joining us today. We are here, of course, every Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Tiffany, can you get Zeus up in the picture there? I want to see if we could see him. Oh, there he is. So he's a Great Pyrenees. He's such a good boy, Zeus. And then of course we got Whitney.
My camera's gonna be crooked.
Whitney is a little Yorkie poo, and she is right here on my hat. This is like my most favoriteest hat, right? Whitney, Nikki, and Juno.
Yes.
But yes, we got some free plays here for you today. We had some winners there yesterday. Of course, I think the big news was that baseball game. I mean, it got off to a heck of a start. That's all I know, right? It was literally 11-1 before I even knew what happened, before I could eat my 3 Almond Joy. I mean, that's kind of what happened.
We were watching it and we're like, well, if it stays at this 11, we're going to have our under, but we're also not going to win our bet because we had the
Diamondbacks. Yeah. So then, when they start plugging away a little bit, you're like, ooh, maybe the Diamondbacks can get back into it. Had a chance there at the end. All they had to do is, clear the bases a couple times. I mean, should have been easy, right? But I don't know if it's exactly the way that we thought this one would go. And it's again why I hate the modeling of the postseason.
But at least they made it entertaining to watch.
That is true. So we were flipping around. We watched, both football games there. Chippewas got it done in the snow. Northern Illinois had a chance there at the end, but couldn't quite get it done. And then, of course, Toledo took care of business over the Buffaloes. And then, of course, what else did we watch?
We mixed in a little catfish.
Oh, yes. We watched episodes of Catfish. That is true. So yeah, it's a whole bunch of good stuff. So you guys have to let us know how you guys did, right? I mean, tell us if you guys won some plays out there and what your predictions are for today. We always like to see what you guys put up in the chat. Make sure you do, though, go ahead and like, subscribe, click on the bell to get the latest notifications. You never want to miss out when we go live here every day, right? That's how I see it. I mean, why would you not want to miss this great content?
It's like the best 15 minutes of the day.
Right. But we want to say hi to Baltimore Dre. Says, hey, good afternoon. What's going on? And then Thomas Lewis, he, of course, is here. Russell Mantz. What is that, Tiffany? Dumbledore.
It's Dumbledore, I think, is Zeus's nickname.
And what does that mean exactly?
Well, it's a Harry Potter reference.
Oh, okay. I'm not into Harry Potter with unlike Russell Wilson.
I don't really know either, but he was the old wizard with the long white hair, and he was very wise. Zeus, not so much. So he's the Dumbledore.
Yeah, so it sounds like he ate up your V8 juice. I thought that was odd thing for a dog to do.
I mean, we have to definitely dog proof the house when we leave. And I looked right at the 6-pack of V8s and was like, it's fine on the counter. I was wrong. He opened the aluminum cans and ate it. And it looked like a murder scene because his white fur was all stained red.
Right? Oh, funny stuff. But yeah, we I mean, we had a good time trick-or-treating. I mean, I stayed inside and handed out candy and tried to fix my Ring doorbell. And
it was
you made the round, so I was impressed.
It was chilly, but I've been out on colder days, so it wasn't too bad.
All right, cool.
Had fun.
Good. So, are you ready for tonight's slate? We got some NHL, of course, right? 4 games in the NHL, NBA. We're getting really, really close to modeling, folks. You'll be super excited very soon. We have a couple We have a couple college football action games. And then, of course, we have, I don't know, the big game. It could be the deciding game of the World Series. I feel like Nikki just wants to go after my Khloe Kardashian lipstick.
Have you seen the cogs going in my head? Because I'm like, what day is it? It's Wednesday. So
it is Wednesday.
It's hard when I got a couple of days off work. I'm like, I don't know where I'm at. But I do know there's a baseball game today.
Yeah, and I suppose we got to get going because the kids are just wanting a lot of Taco Bell because they don't have school today. And
You
so they're like,
promised that.
Mindy, we just want Taco Bell for lunch. And now they're mad because I said you have to wait till after the show.
Yeah.
Right.
They're waiting for Tia Rica to take them for lunch.
All right. So here we go. Tiffany, I think you have a play for us in this World Series game. All right. I'm ready for a winner today. I'm ready.
Yep. So I was looking at that baseball game tonight. This is kind of looking like a rematch of Game 2 because we got Gallen and Evaldi pitching. I like both of these guys for over 3 strikeouts just because I know they played quite a few innings last time. So those are 2 bets. I'm looking at Gallen and Evaldi plus 3 strikeouts each. I'm also looking at a couple hitters from each team. I like, for the D-backs, I like Marte and Perdomo. Marte, we looked at our modeling, and he's about 90% at getting over 0.5 hits, and Perdomo's about 80%. I think those are pretty reasonable bets, especially in these the World Series. I mean, I think everybody's kind of dialed in right now. Because we always talk about our stats not always working with in the playoffs, right?
But yeah, I mean, because we do modeling, a lot of it is based off of averages and expected and extrapolating what you have done. And now suddenly, I always equate it to the NBA, right? I think they probably play 80% defense most of the time, but when it gets to the playoffs, then it's like 100% defense. And so then our numbers kind of get, skewed. And it's fun to bet the playoffs, but the playoffs are not my favorite.
But that's why with these, I think that, you can almost, I think these stats are good because they are dialed in. I think it's going to be a good opportunity.
We replicate the game,
If you're, like I said, and that was our thing. If you're only playing at 80%, regular season and you're playing 100%, I like these stats. And then the Rangers, Evan Carter, we were looking at about 90% chance of getting over 0.5 hits. And then Nathan Lowe at 70%. I still think that's pretty good. That was our lowest one, but I think these are worth betting. So those are my 4 players to get over 0.5.
Yeah. And that's like one of those things that you had talked to me about too, is that, hey, they might start pitching around guys like Seager. That's been super, super hot. Or Carroll. It's one of those two that maybe they're going to go ahead and take more walks instead of getting the hit. And that's what we want, right? We want to use these same game parlays to give you the best information out there. And again, those 70, 80, 90% are pretty darn good, if you ask me.
Yeah, I know. I like those a lot, especially again with in the postseason. And then on Tony's picks, I do have a $15 best bet out there for today.
All right.
Find out what that is, go check it out.
Super secret. All right. And yeah, again, you guys, make sure you get over to Tony'sPicks.com where we have our best of the best bets. These, of course, are our free plays, our little introduction to you guys out there. But of course, you can always check out everyone's records. And we have lots and lots of good stuff out there at the site. So you can take a look at, like Tiffany said, guaranteed best bets. And those are usually only around $15. We do have any of the plays that we put out on the board for $19. Then there's 3-packs. 5-packs and 7-packs that range from $25 to $45. And again, everything that we do on the short term is guaranteed. So we have to win or you get credits back on your account to go ahead and, purchase Tiffany's pack again tomorrow if she would just so happen to lose today, which she is not. I'm going to say she is not. And then make sure you always use the promo code TonyT at checkout there as well. But you have some really hot cappers there at Tony's Picks. So make sure you get to the site and check it out. It's really easy. You can, log in, log in for free and you can check out to see how everyone's doing. You can check out the hot cappers tab there as well. So make sure you check all that out. Anything else that you're looking forward to on this World Series? Do you think they close it out?
No.
No,
I don't know. I think this is a seesaw. I think that the Arizona's going to win this one, but
who knows?
Yeah,
I mean, it's
again, not trying to give away all my secrets.
Exactly. All right, so we will check out some more action on tonight's slate. Let's go to some college football. I think we had the one loss yesterday. Other than that, geez, had hit about, I think, 9, 10 in a row. So we're ready to get back after it here today. We're going to go ahead and start out with Ball State and Bowling Green. This is Bowling Green minus 5.5 here today. Modeling on this one has Bowling Green at a 60% chance of winning. But have them winning by 5.96. So it is really, really, really close to that spread. So this is another one here that I will be taking the money line on Bowling Green, even though I kind of feel pretty good about this, right? Because a lot of times you have it where it's like a 53 to 57% chance. 60 is pretty darn good. And that has to do with Bowling Green only allowing 25 points a game. And they average, and then if you take a look at the other side, Ball State only averages 16 points a game there. So I do think this is one with Bowling Green that they probably don't have as much trouble with this one, even though the modeling has it closed. But again, I look for larger variances. Those larger variance games goes into my premium pick sections there at Tony's Picks. That's what we say. We save the best of the best for those that are going to go ahead and invest some money and time into Tony's Picks. Next, we're going to go ahead with Kent State and Akron. This is Akron sitting at -4. So this is what I'm talking about. This one here is a 53% chance of Akron winning this game, right? But Akron is -4. I have them at 1.26 winning this one by. Again, I give the edge here to Akron. So it's one I'm going to take Akron here on the money line. But again, this is one that you could say, hey, I like Kent State, and I'm going to take Kent State plus the points. And so that's one of those that I think you can go ahead and kind of go either way, right? There is no right or wrong answer sometimes with some of these that have that modeling that is super close. So you can go ahead and take a look at that one. But for me, I'm going to take the one with the higher chance of winning this game based off of all of the talent and coaching data that we sift through. And then it's one of those that I think I want to go ahead and take the Rangers today, Tiffany. Plus 1.5 runs. I'm going to take a plus 1.5 though. Because again, I mean, when Uvalde and Gallon played this one out, it was one of those that it was very, very close. I also always look at who is the home team, right? You know who the home team is today? It's the Diamondbacks, right? So they get the last at bat. It's one of those that it could be a walk-off. So if you think that Arizona is going to get this one here tonight, it might be one of those one-run games that they pull off last at bat. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and take the extra run. Now, it would be the opposite. If the Rangers were the home team, I would say, hey, let's take the Rangers on the money line. They get that last at bat. But today, I'm going to go ahead and take the Rangers plus 1.5 runs here in this one. It has a lot to do with how this one is just playing out. And again, I agree with a lot of your stats there. I think Uvalde and Gallon are going to be able to go into the longer innings. I had Arizona the last couple times, just like you said, been a little bit off in the postseason. But I kind of feel like if you can't beat them, join them. Join the Rangers.
Well, and we've been seeing that it's the away teams that have been winning in this, like in the wild card and in the playoffs and in the series.
Rangers have won like 10 straight on the road. I mean, that is pretty pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But yeah, it's going to be a great game. I don't think this one is going to be as wild as yesterday because of that bullpen, pitching game basically that they had there. You got both of your, I would say, aces on the mound here tonight, so should be a great game.
And this one's different because now it's the pressure cooker. I mean, this is a win or go home. So
yes,
again, it's a different mentality. Like yesterday was kind of like we want to win, but it's not. It's not the last game. So
exactly. And then Perky's here today. What's up, Mr. Sanderson? We got Bowling Green. He said -5 total max bet. I think he said he's betting the house and the farm and the kids on this one. And then Breezy Hill is here today. That's Breezy Hill's Winery is right up the street for us. I mean, is it like a total coincidence? I mean, are you the owner of the Breezy Hill Winery? I'm not so sure. But yeah, I mean, I am kind of what do we always say? We're kind of like our own folks. We're not necessarily with all the sharps out there, but because we have our own modeling, right? So we don't do a lot of other things based on what other folks are out there doing, right? I mean, that's kind of the whole thing is you get your play of how you want to arrive at it, and then you can go see if you can find consensus. And that's what you're doing with us. We have modeling that we know is good. So we play our picks, right? That's what we do. But if you guys are out there and you have something or a way that you get to games, then you can say, hey, what do the two old ladies, what do they have at EPA Sports or whatever, right? What do they have? And maybe we can join and have consensus with them. And then suddenly it takes you guys off of more losers and puts you on more winners, because that's what I used to do in order to find out if my modeling was good, right? I would go ahead and find these other really sharp cappers out there and say, hey, do I have consensus with them? Am I on the right track? If I see, other paid for cappers out there and, I find out what their very best pick was, and then I can adjust my modeling to be like, if I just did that, now my modeling also has that one as my very best pick, right? And so that's kind of how we have evolved. I mean, again, we've collected data over the last, I always want to say like 12, 15. And then it's one of those like for WNBA, we've only gotten into that like over the last 2 or 3 years. We haven't been in there the whole time. It's also now where gambling is more accessible to. You can do it at the palm of your hand, where it wasn't really like that before. You could only do a lot of the major sports. And now there's one of those things too, where it's, hey, what are we going to take and where are we going to take advantage of, right? What Vegas is giving us. And that's why we want to go ahead and do some of these same game parlays with you to try to go ahead and just put a little bit of extra cash in your pocket. All we want to do is beat Vegas, a little bit every day. And Thomas says, what are these so-called old ladies? Well, if I took off my hat, my hair is the same color as this. But we say we are oldish, but we always look at like if we take a look at things in social media times, right? We are the older folks of the social media world, right?
And
we're not getting any younger.
We feel like we're old again. It's because we don't know the social media and the technology. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I need a teenager in my life to help me out.
Right. For a college student. That's how I feel.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm going to get all these college students to go out there and, go through all of the data, put plays in, and, do all the good stuff behind the scenes, right? Help us out with the social media.
Yes, that's what we need.
Yeah. I thought you had something else to say. No.
I didn't hear that.
I said, I thought I cut you off. I was like, oh, I thought you had something else to say. Instead, we got total like, silence.
Dead air. No, but I just wanted to add on. I mean, I remember the early days we started doing this stuff and actually putting things on paper, and there were a lot of, big light bulb moments when we're like, oh, we're onto something, and we just kept going and going. And even today, I mean, we still are evolving and improving our formulas and stuff, and we still have those light bulb moments. We're like, oh, this is awesome, and we get so excited, and we're total dorks about it. But
well, yeah, I mean, because every year there's different trends, right? Especially like in the WNBA. Like, unfortunately, we couldn't put in halves and such. But it's one of those, we kind of talked about it a little bit. If we just bet the first half total in the WNBA, it hit at literally 71%. Yeah. I mean, you can just literally blind bet the over, doesn't matter who's playing or who's not. And those are some of those eureka moments like, oh my God, look at this. Like, we can just make a boatload of cash just betting this. And that's kind of the stuff that we try to get out to you guys. And again, we've stressed that a little bit before too. We chart all of our bets. So whatever we put into the system, we track it, right? And then that way we can go back and look and say, hey, what variances are hitting? What buckets are hitting? Because maybe we just want to play the buckets where we have a good enough time there against Vegas. Tiffany must have got a call. We might have missed her. But today, Breezy Hill said, hey, I got some picks in the NBA here today. Take the Detroit Pistons and the Golden State Warriors. Oh, well, she is gone now. And then it kind of mussed up my banner and my brand. So we'll just go back to the Mindy cam here for a second. Oh, nope, not quite. Almost got it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Just had to click some buttons. Well, I think Tiffany is back, but we're going to head out here for today. We could try it. Let's see.
I'm here.
Oh, you're there. Now I got to go back and
Say goodbye.
Take me off of Mindy Cam. Go back to this.
See, again, old. We don't know how to do the computers.
Put this banner back on. There we go. See, we are learning technology as we go.
We're old.
We are old. Oldish. I mean, we're like, middle ages. It's not old, but hopefully we've been through all of the trials and tribulations of sports betting, right? We went through all of the losses and the bad beats and all that kind of good stuff. And so at least now we are here to go ahead and get you guys out into doing some, winning, right? That's what we say. You can use us as your investment tools to help you go ahead and break a Vegas. Breezy's got more. New York Knicks, Dallas Mavericks. Totally love it.
Yeah.
Thomas Lewis says, yes, I also have that effect on people. Perfect.
But yeah, I like to point out that together we've got like 60 combined years of probably more of gambling experience. Ultimately, we've been doing that since we were little. So
yeah, and it's another thing too, right? Where we use the same modeling, but you can interpret the modeling in different ways, right? So like what we talked about here with Kent State and Akron, right? So I may say this as, okay, I have Akron winning by 1.2. I'm going to take the money line. But Tiffany says, no, not so fast. I'm going to take those points and go ahead and go +4. So sometimes there is no right or wrong answers with modeling. It's just that you want to get something that you win, hopefully 55% of the time or more. And you don't know that unless you track. So I hope that you guys start to do that if you are serious about it. Or again, we are serious about it, and you can go ahead and tail our plays there as well. Right? All right. So I'm getting hungry. Your kids are getting hungry. You're getting hungry. I guess it's the whole Taco Bell day today. So what are we having? I don't usually go to Taco Bell. Like, it's not the same as in 1994 when I feel like it was, really good.
We were also younger and our taste buds were different. But I gotta have to look at the menu because I don't even know what they got.
So my favorite one is they have that chicken enchilada burrito. That's currently my favorite.
I'll have to check it out.
But yeah, we want to say to Thomas Lewis that we are grateful for you guys watching our show as well.
We love it.
We try to be, fun and entertaining and give you some tricks of the trade. And of course, some winners. Isn't that the goal for you guys, is to go ahead and get some winners? Want to say to Mr. Biggie, Gary Confredo. I believe Gary's in New York, I want to say. Is that right, Gary? I think you're in New York. The investment guy. I know. We should, talk about things.
Yes, I need a conference with him. I need my help in my personal life as well.
Right. That's what we're talking about. There he is. He said yes. That's exactly it. All right, you guys. Appreciate it. Again, make sure you go ahead, like, subscribe, click on the bell to get the latest notifications. We will be back here tomorrow. Tiffany likes to do the NFL. I don't blame her. It's awesome. Yeah. So she'll go ahead and get you some more winners in the NFL. He said loans are me. Oh, so we can get some.
I need some money.
Some money to gamble with. Awesome.
Yes, and we're gonna bet it all on black.
That's right. Take it right over here to the old Ameristar.
Yeah, double that shit right away.
Right. I'll go green. You can go black. We just have to hope it's not red. But we give ourselves a little bit of a chance.
Yes.
All right, you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Hope you win. Get your bets in. Be smart. Only bet what you can handle. You know the drill. All right.
Thanks for watching.